What's going on, guys? My name is Triforce Addiction. Welcome back to another COD Mobile video. So today I am very excited to share with you guys some information about the upcoming patch that is coming to COD Mobile. But first and foremost, you guys should know that this is coming to the Chinese test server first. Of course, they have to test everything out before they could fully release this update for everyone on global. So this update does seem to bring quite an interesting amount of changes. Like literally, this is a patch notes of basically cosmic proportions. I mean, every weapon in the game is affected in some way, shape, or form. So I think out of all the weapon classes, I think the SMGs probably got the most love, and then it was the ARs. And of course, a lot of you guys are gonna hate me, but yes, the snipers are finally going to receive a gigantic, big, juicy nerf. I'm sorry, kiddos, but your time of destroying people without any effort that are way better than you has come to an end. So after what, 15 fucking seasons of just being tortured day in and day out by snipers, they have finally released a nerf for them. Well, they are going to. So as of right now, guys, for all of you guys who love just spamming out snipers, love quickscoping these guys that are probably way better than you are, enjoy it for the next 20 days because you are fucked after. So now, let's talk about them first. So the snipers basically, like, I can't really give you the patch notes because no one even bothered to post them or put it in a fucking Word document. Hawk's Nest. So the snipers basically, to summarize it, they got a huge ADS speed and an ADS movement speed nerf. In terms of damage, they are okay. I think the Arctic 50 probably got the biggest nerf in ADS speed, so it's going to be even slower than it was before, including the Locust, the Outlaw, and even the DLQ. So yeah, pretty much a slow ADS speed across the board. No sniper is being spared. Probably the only sniper that hasn't been touched in terms of, you know, ADS speed, well, from what I saw, was the NE45. But really, who cares about that weapon? Another big change that happened across the board for all SMGs was mobility. So the SMGs weren't really changed too much in terms of, you know, damage or vertical recoil control. The SMGs got more of a change when it comes to movement. So my favorite SMG, for example, the Razorback, did get a significant ADS increase. For the QXR, for the QQ9, from what I saw, it did get, like, of course, more mobility as well as better stability. So that was like one of the only SMGs that got a stability change. The other ones, of course, were just increased mobility. The Shecom got like a hip fire spread increase. Well, like, I guess more accuracy. That's what I mean. But yeah, SMGs have been completely upgraded when it comes to movement. Assault rifles, when it comes to that, there wasn't really much to talk about besides just that. I guess most of the multipliers for the SMGs, I mean for the ARs, were actually increased by a lot. So, like, specifically with the M4, the headshot multiplier, I don't even know what it was before, but it increased to 1.3% or 1.3 times. So that is freaking crazy. The developers also put a heavy emphasis on lateral recoil stability. So there was a lot of lateral recoil stability when it came to assault rifles, specifically with the LK24 and the KN44. So a lot of you guys know that, like, you know, the vertical recoil for those weapons aren't really that bad, but when it comes to like the horizontal recoil patterns, it's a lot harder to control. So most of the time you're gonna need a strike stock or a steady stock, and that's actually one thing that they did improve for the FR556. So yeah, like pretty much any weapon that had a lot of lateral recoil stability, they have been adjusted to be a little bit more simpler to use. Also, the Man of War was also nerfed. The ADS speed has been reduced significantly. The damages are more or less the same, 40 at maximum rate, or like at minimum range, 30, and then finally 24 at long ranges. Also, other stuff with the SMGs have been improved. I know I haven't really been specific in terms of movement, but most of them are kind of classified as, you know, different movement speeds. So for example, the Pharaoh and the Shecom are classified as the fastest SMG movement speeds. So I'm guessing like I guess they had like the faster ones overall. Of course, the Razorback still has a slower ADS movement speed compared to everything else. So they kind of classified it in a weird way, you know. Some SMGs have standard SMG movement, some have, you know, fastest SMG movement, and some have slower than average speed movement. So yeah, it's a little weird how it works, but it's not really hard to understand. So now let's actually talk about the LMGs, because I know the LMGs have been one of the worst weapons in this game for quite a while. So the LMGs, for the most part, they didn't really receive that many like notable changes, but the best changes were probably the lateral recoil changes. So of course, if you guys have mastered any of the LMGs, like if you've gotten it Platinum or Damascus, you would know that this S36 and the UL 736 are the ones that have the most horizontal recoil, and sometimes it can be really hard to control. So what they did was that they increased the control for lateral recoil on both weapons. For the M4 LMG, I feel like that was more of a nerf, because they said that they made the recoil control a little bit harder to like master. For the RPD, they decreased the damage drop. What else did they do? I think they helped with the recoil stability. They also did that stuff. So pretty much, yeah, the LMGs did get a significant buff overall, but in terms of movement, I'm not really sure. So yeah, like I said, all these weapons here have been changed across the board. I'm sorry that I can't go through all the details. Like I said, no one even bothered to post the patch notes like on Twitter or even on Discord, at least as far as I can see. So I had to rely on Hawk's Nest video and just eyeball everything. So like I said, like most of my, well actually, like some of my stuff might not be accurate, but I know for a fact that like all these weapons were changed in their own specific way. So for example, SMGs, like I said, they focused a lot more on ADS speed and mobility. For assault rifles, they increased the multipliers for some of the weapons, if not most. They also increased stability for some of them, like lateral recoil stability, like in terms of the KN-44, as well as the BK-57. The snipers did get nerfed as well. Like I said, they have slower ADS times, so it's going to be a little bit harder to quickscope, thank God. You know, I'm actually very excited for that. I can't stress that enough. I can't wait for the next update. But unfortunately, we're probably going to have to wait until Season 3 for that to come out. I don't really think they're going to release it before Season 3, if you guys get what I mean. One last thing worth mentioning, I forgot to tell you guys, they did make some adjustments to the attachments as well. So, for example, probably the biggest one is going to be the monolithic and tactical suppressor. So they removed the downside of reducing ADS speed for both of them. So I guess the movement speed, or like the ADS movement speeds, is going to be the only thing that gets reduced. I don't know what that means for the lightweight suppressor. I don't know if it increases bullet spread or increases like speed or something. Like it makes it seem a little bit more pointless than it already is, because movement speed for the suppressors in terms of downsides, it isn't really that significant. They also made some additional changes to the stocks. They reduced their like overall speed benefits. That's probably because they want to balance out the, you know, the speed advantages of the SMG. They don't want to make them like incredibly fast, like so fast to the point where you can't keep up. So I'm assuming that's why they rebalanced it that way. I'm not really sure if it's gonna like affect the AR movement speed. I don't even know if they even changed it at all. So for all of you guys who are testing the Chinese server, you guys can let me know in the comment section down below. So yeah, everything is subject to change. Nothing is final as of right now. So yeah, right now we pretty much have to play the waiting game. But yeah, I can't tell you how excited I am, because I think it's nice that they finally gave some weapons some love. Specifically, you know, the PDW, the Razorback, the Pharaoh, the Shecom. You know, they pretty much they pretty much changed every single gun. So yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll leave a link to Hawk's Nest video down in the description, because like I'm sorry, like I said, I'm sorry that I couldn't give you an accurate like summary of everything. So if you guys want to see everything there, of course you could go to his video. But most of the stuff I am talking about is credible because I mean I did see his video just recently. So yeah, just give him full credit. I'm not gonna take credit for this. I don't even know how he got the patch notes anyways. But yeah. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Laters.